happy 2023. Welcome to your favorite show, Ladies Cafe. Well, it's been a while, but I'm super excited because as Ladies Cafe, we've lined up beautiful and exciting topics for 2023, and I must say it's good to be back. Today's topic is kind of, I don't know how I can put it, an emotional or maybe educative one, where I've been joined by my co-host, Favour Ruth Chilufya. But before we dwell into our topic of discussion today, I think we should look at what's trending on social media. Hey, Ruth.
Indeed, our dear viewers, we welcome you into this 2023 season of Ladies Cafe. To you who are joining us for the first time, you don't have to feel so bored. This is a channel where we bring to you exciting things that you feel like, okay, I am also part of the journey. Like we normally say, we journey with the girls. This time around, you're not going to journey with the girls, but journey with the ladies.
Oh, yes.
Wow. Talking of
I love that.
Trending. Talking of what's trending on social media, it's in connection of what we have today, like Alice has already said. Well, don't be surprised, we have done it in a different way. Not like the way it used to be last year, but this year, something different in all corners. Well, we have issues that are circulating or trending right now. The issues of people killing each other. Like, it's really so sudden that people are able to hold their anger towards someone, you know, which is really so heartbreaking. And it's something else. Like, we have this issue at hand of a man, that killed the wife because the wife had used the money that was meant for school fees that she had used for beer. Women. You know? So the husband couldn't handle that pressure at all, but just went ahead and had to do what he did because he felt like, okay, you have disappointed me. I had plans. You know how January is. It's really so tough. Yes, we do not have enough funds, but I'm pretty sure the husband had planned well to say, Sinfuna kusoveres and Ramazan same December, but I have to save this for the children to go to school. But it was unfortunately the wife had to do her own doing because she felt like, okay, I need to drink myself to feel so good about it.
It's really a sad story when you read it, and it's heartbreaking, I must say.
Looking at the age of these people, we can't say these are people that have stayed long enough in their marriages because their ages are just too young. Because the husband is 35, then the woman, she was 32, meaning these people are
a young couple.
Yes. So these issues of people not understanding each other during this season, it's something else.
Anyway, yes. Coming back to today's topic, today we're looking at broken broken homes. Yes.
Or other people may say
in 2023 we want to fix things. We are fixing broken homes. Yes.
I love that.
Yes, we're actually fixing homes
because we do not want to have a generation of broken homes year in, year out, day in. No,
because when you look at stories that are circulating on social media, we've seen people committing suicide, like you said, killing one another. It's really a sad situation. Looking at it as Zambians, we are a Christian nation and we're supposed to be living in harmony. It's hard. It's really heartbreaking, I must say that, Favour. But anyway, we're getting back to today's topic. Let's not run away from it.
I know.
Yes, after the break, we'll be joined by our special guest. This is a person that we all know. We all know. It's a face that we all know. He will later join us. And just so that we can talk about today's topic.
So, we are asking you to stay glued as we are going to come back just after this short break. Just a word from our sponsors.
Welcome to Villa Emile, a place where your imagination comes to life. Enjoy our beautiful view of the green field and fresh air. Have a surf swim as you cool off from the heat in our beautiful and safe swimming pool. Relax and enjoy your own taste of music and favorite food and drinks in our executive bar and restaurant. Rest your mind and let us cover your events starting from venue, decor, hair system, photography, and a variety of delicious meals prepared by professional chefs. You can call us on 0974 665619 or follow us on Facebook at Villa Emil Events or come through to Villa Emil Events Hire in Makeni.
Are you looking for affordable, reliable, and professional water tank cleaning and disinfecting services, move-in and out cleaning services, after construction cleaning services, domestic deep cleaning? Women's Heritage is here for you. Women Heritage also offers the following products for sale: windows and glass cleaner, thick bleach, fabric softener, towel cleaner, car shampoo, dishwasher, hand wash, hair food, baby powder, bar soaps, and liquid cobra. For bookings and orders, contact us on 0961 61 5407, 0961 61 5407. In Mazabuka, we are found at Nakambala Market. We are also in Kafue, Lusaka, Choma, and Monze. Email us, Women's Heritage Mount Purpose Co-op at gmail.com. Women's Heritage, we are here for you.
Welcome back. In case you're just joining us, you are watching Ladies Cafe, and today's topic is broken home. We've been joined by our guest. Of course, I'm going to allow him to introduce himself.
Hi.
Hi.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you too.
Good. It's good to be here again.
It's always a pleasure having you.
Of course, and I think it's almost becoming one of my favorite shows.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
Of course. I don't know how New Year is treating you so far.
It has started on a good note for me. I can't complain. God is blessing.
Gratitude is a must. Then.
But I must say, this year I didn't make any resolutions. I didn't. I just decided, I was like, okay, since he himself says he knows my plans, God, please, God, let your plans be done in my life.
The master. It's a good one. It's a resolution actually on its own.
Really?
Where you'd want to put everything under God. So it's a resolution on its own.
Yes.
And that was the greatest one. I think you had to read my mind, because I had that, I think, 2 weeks before December. I told God to say, next year, I'm leaving everything in your hand. I'm not going to do anything. But just
running with the master.
Yes,
this is
let
interesting.
it flow. Yes.
Awesome.
Well, to them that are watching you for the first time, I guess there are viewers that are watching us for the first time that do not know you.
Okay, so my name is Paul Simon Phiri. I'm not by many people as Mzakazi Wambuye. I am coming from St. Monica Parish. I'm a youth advocate. I'm an author of 2 books now. I Wish to Blame, Healing Parental and Childhood Trauma. And it is never enough, healing from the pain of losing a loved one. I'm also a teacher by profession, number 1. I'm also a teacher by charism. So I also do catechism lesson that is at the parish level. I'm also part of the youth leadership at my parish and both at the deanery level. Yeah.
Okay. Well, before we talk about the topic of discussion that we have today, I believe you've heard a bit of what's trending on people killing each other. What's your take about that issue?
Actually, it's a lot. It's something that is combined. It's both to the women, it's both to the men, to the children. I don't know if you've also landed on a recent post where a child, should be 14 years, killed himself because there was no school fees for him to go into grade 10. So all those issues are part of brokenness. And I am almost concluding to say we are broken. It is the
Yes.
manifestation of a certain brokenness, and that is psychological. A lot of us, we are still going with psychological trauma and brokenness, emotional, spiritual. Well, I cannot dwell so much on it because it's something that can be dealt with prayer. But I think the major trend of brokenness is the emotional and the psychological, where you discover, as Albert Bandura said, we deal so much with the unconscious. So the unconscious so much is really, really affecting us, where someone can take porridge or cooking oil and throw it at someone else, and they begin to ask, why have I done that? Some of us are finding easy gratification in beer. Now, bottle, vanilla. It's the common trend. I would rather find that question in a bottle. And now, I don't know if you saw the statistics that was given last year. Women are so much on the rampant rise of beer drinking or beer consumption, more than men. So what is all that manifestation? It's the brokenness that people, number one, are not ready to face. Number two is the brokenness that people are not aware of. Then number three, it is the brokenness that we are aware of, but we are not ready to face it. So all these trends, and I don't know if I'm a bearer of bad news, but these trends will continue to rise. Number one, if we will not go back to the roots of what went wrong. I think this is the question that we need to ask ourselves critically and to be honest about it. What went wrong? Is this how humanity, or how Charles Darwin says human species, is this how it was designed? That it should become violent, that it should become destructive. So something absolutely is wrong. And so we have to go back to the roots and begin to dig from them. Then we'll find what we are doing now. Actually, what is happening now is the manifestation of what we neglected in the past. So we are paying a certain price that was neglected, that was not given proper attention. And what was that? The brokenness. Forget about it. No. Wounds, trauma, they are emotional and they are attention seekers by nature. So once you don't give them attention, they'll find another way to which they'll seek attention. So it's a really sad thing. I have a dream. I don't know if my dream is even Bible to the people, but the dream I have is something to do with human growth and development should be part of the government's policy and agenda. Not this thing that we talk about, education. Yes, it's one of them. Very important. But I'm looking forward to where we can have programs where we can have mentorship to people that are about to get married. It's part of the government policy. Just in as much as
that part.
the government get concerned. The government get concerned of driving vehicles in public roads, isn't it? So they'll make sure you have got a license. You have got something that to make sure that you are safe to drive. Why don't we pay attention that people should also be given a serious concern about
when it comes to getting
married? Who are these people who are married? Who are these people given to marriage? Because I don't know if I've even started now breaking the topic of today.
Of course.
You see, family is the nucleus of human development. It is not education, it's not the government, it's not even the church. It is a family. So when the family is neglected, you should know that human development is also neglected. You see, it is not even development when you say that people have got cars, people have got employment, and the inflation is even low or is equivalent to the demand and supply. That can be viable and important. But if families are broken, the country is not even developed. Well, I know a lot of people not agree with me, but if the family is not given that.
Sorry to take you back. Sorry to take you back. What I want to find out is that is it the foundation of is it marriage that causes a broken home?
Exactly. Really, we can say it's marriage that leads to a broken family.
At the end of the day, when you look at it, we're talking about broken home. A broken home basically has to do with marriage, right? Like, if the marriage is not okay, then best believe me, then
the home will be distorted.
Yes.
But let's go a little bit into the roots or to the background. You understand that before marriage took place, these people were relating. Of course, the common trend which is there today is dating. So when people were dating, did they answer the most fundamental questions. And really, did people ask the most crucial question that are supposed to be asked? For example, what's your purpose as a man? What's my purpose as a man, and what's the mission? So for example, me as a man, what's my mission that I'll be able to inculcate my woman or my partner into that? So when these fundamental questions are neglected or they're taken away, you are going to carry the same effect or default in marriage. Then you are going to discover that what will begin to manifest in marriage is that which you neglected from the foundation of when you people or the two people were dating or relating. Then now, when marriage is broken from that perspective, then when children begin to come in, you're going to discover that all these are going to carry the bearer of brokenness. I always tell people that trauma and brokenness is also transferable. Just in as much as we talk of COVID is transferable. Even brokenness can be transferable. So for example, there was a time I talked of emotional tanks in each and every person. When we borrow from sociology, sociology talks of tabula rasa. When we talk of tabula rasa, the blank slate, meaning the children that are given to us, they are born blank. So they are to be filled with the love and everything, the affirmation from the parents, and that is from the father, and that is from the mother. Now imagine the mother is broken and empty. The father is also broken and empty. So what are they going to give? The exact emptiness, that comes in. And therefore the brokenness begins to come from there. The only point to which a family can meet is when they know that we have got school fees for the children, they have eaten, medical facilities and services, they're all catered for. But when you look at the emotional, the discernment and the direction, you discover children are empty and they do not even have it. And now this is what begins to go out in society. This is what we begin to give out to society. So let's look at the moral degradation that we have, or the moral decay that we have now, where we have got majanki, we have got a lot of these issues. These people, one or the other, they are the product of a family, or they are a product of a broken home. So they are giving back to society. I didn't want so much to rush so much into biblical, but let's look at God. I've been observing him when it comes to family a little bit more closer. When you look at the incident that happened, the time of Noah, he first preserved what? A family. He preserved a family that is of Noah, the wife and the siblings to the children of Noah. And also the species amongst the animals, male and female, so that the reproduction can continue. The question is, why did God preserve a family? This is simply because the family is the easiest image of God now, today. But the question quickly that we can ask is, are our families really the image of God? That is a question that perhaps we might need to answer or ask ourselves.
I love that one.
So God has hidden himself through a family. Timakamba, as usual. Mulungu makolo watu no mulungu achibiri, and that is the fourth, the third, between third and fourth commandment, respect your what? Your parents, obey your parents. Meaning God has now hidden himself through our parents. And before, now this is where it becomes more crucial to become a parent. You become a parent in two phases. Now that is in moral theology. You become a parent in two phases. Number one is spiritual and physical. So the first mandate you are given as a parent, you have to become first a spiritual leader. And that is why I'll take you back in the Garden of Eden. That is why Adam first was given the instruction, was given how to handle Eden before a woman. Because you will be interested to know, where did Eve gotten the idea that we should not eat of this tree when she was not there when the instructions were given? It's simply because she got that from who? From a man who is a father. Now this is a strong message I can give to the men or fathers. Are we really spiritual leaders in our homes? Are we able to teach catechism? Are we able to teach our children to say, hey, let's sit here, say our Father who art in heaven, do us men do that? And do we also get to deposit this into our wives or women whom we are calling mothers and wives? Then that also will go to the what? To the children. Then the biological aspect now comes in to say, are our children okay? Is everything okay with them? That is why when you look at the time of Noah, God just say, you are to do A, B, C, D. That was a spiritual instruction that he gave them. He gave them, he gave Noah in latter times to say, now this is how you are to survive in this ark. But the first thing he gave was the spiritual identity. And so that is why you must understand, we don't say a house. Why are we not saying a broken house? We are saying a broken home. A broken home simply means a home is defined with principles, with policies, and something that gives them an identity. Are you Catholics? Are you from this church? And so on. That's the very first important thing. So when this component is missed or taken away, believe me, then the house will begin to crumble altogether.
You have, like, you've touched as well on the causes of broken homes. There are times whereby you don't understand the situation that comes your way. Like they normally say at problem shared is problem solved. But looking at the issue that we have at hand of like broken homes, there are other homes whereby even Nanguakwitana, come you help us out here, you give the direction to say, okay, do this and this and this will help you out, but everything is done in the opposite way. So in such incidents, you being as someone who really understands the physical being and the spiritual being, someone who knows to say, okay, this is what's supposed to be done for this not to transpire or to be taken to the other generation, because we are looking at our children. We want our children not to go through what we have gone through, right? So for us to like put an end to this, we are not yet concluding, but to put an end to such kind of a connection or a chain of our children not being victims of broken homes, what best can we do, or what advice can we give to that broken house? Because a broken home, because I remember there's this person who once said, "Sungachite advise mundu vintu vameno kalbotesita." So me who is coming from a home which is not broken, then I'm trying to help someone who is living in a broken home, then gives you such kind of a response. What can be done there?
It's more or less
you
like
really have,
you've not experienced it, so why are you
as like someone is telling you to say, you don't feel the pain I feel, how can you help me? So in such an incident, for us to just like help out to mend up these issues, to avoid the killings and stuff, how can we just like come in and help that person to really understand?
Sorry to cut you short, Ruth. Paul, I know you have a lot of answers. I was actually thinking before we get into that, like how we can mend a broken home. I wanted us to talk about the effects. What are some of the effects of a broken home?
The effects of a broken home. But I
think before he comes in,
because I want it to be the solution of everything at the end of the day. Because before he comes in, I think when we talk about the effects, already he has mentioned some of the effects that we face as children, because this is something that is coming from our forefathers. It's more like a chain that is just following us. Okay, so the effect that we normally get, to my own understanding and my own view, I think it normally affects us in so many ways. When we talk about society, you can't do anything. People will start criticizing you to say, Muzachita vichani, oranche komchokela. One thing that, yes, the problem that people have, they don't judge a person individually, but they judge konyumba. They refer to say, so this really affects us in such kind of a way. Identity has been like broken down. Because believe me, you Paul, as a man, when you want to marry, as a phone sati, family definitely they first identify kwa mene ochoka kutini family ya bwanji. I am now understanding the root.
You see, there's a phrase that they say to say what is broken can be fixed. Or something that can be broken can be fixed. When a phone is broken, I think there's a probability that it can be fixed. But also, can we agree that there's no perfect home?
Yes.
There's no also perfect family. And I think it is a lie when we say
my home is
one,
perfect.
Yeah, no one is coming from a broken family. You see, for example, you can have everything. You can have everything. There was somewhere I was given a seminar on inner healing. It was a prestigious school, which I will not mention. Very good school. And you know, even children that were there, they were those high-class children, in inverted commas. So at the back of my mind, I was saying, but really, what am I going to talk about inner healing to these children, because they've got everything. They're driven to and from school and everything. But when I started talking, I discovered the children started crying. Then I was saying, oh, okay, so there's something more here. But one girl specifically approached me and said, what you've said touched me, because I have everything at home. Anything I can ask for is given to me. But the only thing I'm lacking is my father is never home. You understand? So there is nothing to say I have never experienced brokenness. No, that's a lie. One way or the other. You see, we are nearing perfection. Actually, we are striving perfection. Daddy can be good, can be available, but one or the other he might miss something. And I'm not anticipating that we begin to make mistakes, but I'm saying one or the other, there is something that we are going to step on each other's toe, despite how good we are. So you discover the brokenness is there, or sometimes the home can be okay, but you just utter certain bullying statements anyhow, and so on. So you discover the brokenness one or the other. We share that. There is a statement I landed on Facebook, which was saying, we might all be healed and deal with the brokenness, but one or the other, the small brokenness is still there. Because why? We are not perfect human beings. Now, if we have established that, now we are going to look at what are the effects now of a broken home, or what's the major effect of a broken home. I think I've mentioned already. Number one is identity. You will lose your identity. Well, I didn't plan to give my own example, but I'm going to give from my own example. I think you will find this more in my book that I recently released, I Wish to Blame. Where I'm coming from, my father died. I think I've shared this often. My father died in 2020. But before I mended the relationship with my father was physically present, but emotionally absent. The only time my father told me that I am proud of you, it is when I was going to the university. So from my growing up, I only had Daddy, with all due respect, telling me I'm proud of you in 2018. That's the time I heard him say, I am proud of you. So all this time, I was wondering who I am to be. And at our home and at our place, there was a time that happened in 2003. We were watching a certain movie, Kinko. I don't know if you have heard, but I know the viewers can relate with this movie. So we were watching this particular movie, and when we were watching that, my immediate young brother, by then he was very young, he ought to say, Ichi chikono, chapalana na muntu. And truth to that, my father, my own father, was the first to say, don't even beat about the bush. It's poor.
You know, it sounds so funny.
You get? They laughed. But they didn't notice the shadow to which they had enclosed me in. I will tell you this, that, well, I will not mention my years, but I will tell you that for the past 20 years, I believed I am not human enough, I am not handsome. And my esteem from there was what? Was broken. It was just a simple joke. You resemble a monkey. but it stuck with me. You see, in class, at school, I could have the possibility of knowing that this is the answer. But you know,
Because of what was
when I want to raise
said.
the hand,
Yeah,
I will remember to say, "Navikolo vinga yanke." You know, now that voice was too loud. And
my
those that know
God.
me in my background, it's not a joke actually.
Yeah,
When I was
it
growing
might
up,
sound funny, but you know, it
It's
really
really so
does
serious,
affect.
yeah.
so you see, when I was growing up, it's now that I can be able to change my haircut like this. But nezogera mapala, potato. Reason was simple. I didn't want to look at the mirror. Because when I look at the mirror, the first impression that comes is the monkey type. Well, people could tell me, Paul, you're handsome. You are good the way you look, but I used to
Never
refuse.
believe it.
And I
Because
could
they
get
were-
angry actually, because I thought they were like,
They were
why?
fooling
The statement came from the significant others. And I must make it clear that a lot of us, we are broken and hated, not from what our boyfriends did, not even what they did at church, what they told us at home.
Yeah.
So
True.
if your father, with all due respect, if your mother, with all due respect, told you that you are useless, no matter how much your boyfriend will tell you that you are what, you will still believe
is
you are
Yeah,
useless.
useless
Why?
because you heard
The
it.
significant other. And that is why you will understand why families are fought or they are under attack currently and now. Simple. Because it is the home where a human being is built and developed. So some statements can be out of anger or out of saying we are disciplining, chokapa, with all due respect, and all that. That statement remains in the emotional chamber of a child. Now, when a child begins to grow aggressive, they begin to become having anger issues or emptiness. You begin to wonder, "Anapala mandano, voto nisinichana."
Wambosaki.
You have forgotten that there's something you deposited in this particular person. So the identity is assassinated. Number two, it leads to aggressive behavior. Now, when I talk of aggressive behavior, it is in two phases. Some people will withdraw. They will just be on the silent side, just being obedient. Such a be with identity, such a be. Some people will opt to find a family somewhere else. Can I tell you that these people that we have judged so hard and harshly, people like Majanki, wait mama, hey, Swambera, they're attacking people. Do you know that these people, they're looking for a family? It's because Mumajanki na gang groups, they have found someone who can affirm them to say, "Woi uliche, woi laka, iwa uliche." So they have found, I belong here. When you sit these people down and ask them to say what is wrong, they'll tell you how broken they're coming from and how much they're running away from the toxic of the home. So it leads to aggressive behavior. Number three, it blurs the vision. Potential is assassinated. Can I also tell you that in families we have killed a lot of priests, we have killed a lot of doctors, we have killed a lot of what? I've got a priest, is a seminarian rather. He's doing his theological studies in Germany. He came for holidays. I was interacting, he was telling me that in Africa you are lucky that you have got people that can even fill up the church. Where I am in Germany, it is the elders who are coming to church, and it in the you can even 15, 20, 30. Actually in Europe, it is what? It is the young people, where are they? They're clubbing, they're dancing, they're going for football, and so on and so forth. Why? There's something that happened in the homes that these people are no longer looking forward to aspire. Look how much the church is in crisis when it comes to vocation. People are no longer going for priesthood. It's simply because they don't want to go. It's simply because homes are no longer inspiring. Look at people are no longer aiming high in life. The only thing they're aiming high is I finish grade 12 and I get married. Really, is that a thing you can aim for?
So that when you get married today, tomorrow you
I want to get married.
imagine.
We no longer inspire. Families are no longer inspiring. On the other hand, can I tell you that people are no longer even inspiring to do what? To get married. People are no longer interested to have children. Why? They see it, what is happening. They see it, mzanga wanamtira salad. It can happen to me like that. So people are just going there. So it has blurred the vision. People are no longer inspired. And can I also tell you that if brokenness will not be given the attention it deserves, we will continue to have broken leaders in the church, in society, nationwide and worldwide. Tell me, someone who is coming from a loving, compassionate home, how can you pick up a bomb and bomb another country where there are families, there are old people, and people are starving, people are doing what? There is something wrong. Let's look at Hitler. I don't know if you have studied the history of Hitler. Hitler was bullied by the father. That aggression, he got it from the father. So he grew up with a hard heart. So it is in the family that we can create a soft heart. It is in the family that we can create a hard heart. It is in the family that we can create good behavior. And it is in the family where we can create bad behavior. So vision is blurred. And another thing that affects us from broken families is we will no longer see the need for love, for compassion, and for the sense of humanity. Why? As I've said, the blank slate. Now, we should not dwell so much even on the children. Even us who participated to say, let's start a family, let's be man and wife, we are also affected, especially when you see me as a man who I'm supposed to give you a vision as a woman. I'm not doing anything. The only thing I do, come from work, go to the gym, go and watch Liverpool, I come and I sleep.
Then you're on the phone.
Then I'm on the phone and I no longer talk to you. You no longer see my man talking to me or giving me a vision to say, this is where we're taking home. You become hurt and frustrated. Actually, depression, trauma,
bitterness,
brokenness does not only affect the children. Actually, there's that proverb which says where the hippo and the elephant are fighting, it's the grass that suffers. But don't tell me that the hippo and the elephant don't feel the pain.
They do.
They do. So when our mothers, when our fathers are broken, then the children are broken, society is broken, the church is broken, the country is broken, the world is broken.
We have to run to the solutions now.
What's the solution?
What is the solution to mending broken
when you look
homes?
at the solution, of course, we will not near the perfect solution how to deal with the families. But number one, let us go to the roots. That's the first thing. Let's go to the source. What is a family? What is the essence of a family? Why a family? And why are you involving yourself? If we can ask ourselves this fundamental question, it will be the better. I think what is killing us these days is because I am 28 years. It is because I am growing out of age. It is because I have finished my university degree, so I should get married. So we have dated, come on, we have dated for 4 years. We should get married. We are pushed with time, we are pushed with society, we are pushed with pressure, but we do not define what this school is. By the way, a family, it is a school, something that we must study, something that we must undergo until we die. So literally, we must go back to ask ourselves these questions. I think a lot of us, we do not ask these questions of how much we need to be there. A family has got, maybe marriage. Marriage has got 3 phases, by the way. Number one, it has got the honeymoon stage. The honeymoon stage is where you can even frequent calls. You're at work as a man, you even call, hey babe, how are you? Are you safe there?
That's what we want.
And so on and so forth. But can I tell you, the honeymoon reach a point dies. Reality, marks have to be taken. The makeup has to go away. I have to see you as Alice the way you are. Now that is where we call the dying stage. It is that stage where emotions are no longer attached. Is that thing where you fall out of love. As philosophers will tell you, fall out of love so that you can fall in love again. So, but a lot of us now, it is at that point where we get confused, where the love is no longer there. I no longer feel attracted to you, but we are staying in the same roof. We no longer want to die in that particular, or to keep together, though we don't feel anything for each other. And if we do not understand the dimension that a relationship takes, then these are 1 year, the relationship, the marriage ended. Why? Simple.
I know with
You
Paul we
only
can
ended
actually
with
go
the
on
honeymoon.
and on.
So That's number one. We must answer the fundamental question. Number two, we must give a family the identity it needs. Number one, a family, it is spiritual. Number one. Number two, it is physical. So we must be able to know what's the identity spiritually that we have given it. Number three, we must always seek counsel to right people. People that can build us in how to maintain good marriages, good families, and good homes.
Okay.
Well,
we will-
Paul, I wish we can actually go on and on.
In a short addition to the conclusion, the
Before you
advice out there. Yes.
Before you conclude, I want him to conclude.
He will. He will. Just an addition to advising out there, please, let's value our partners to avoid all these issues that we have talked about. The only
Yes.
thing that you need to do is value your partner. No matter the situation your partner may be in, please, let's value
It's
each
very
other.
important.
Mwewa lumewesu, mwewa kashi. Please, value your husband, value your wife. Then all these issues will be done. No side chicks. Make your wife to become a side chick.
I love that, Paul.
The simplest conclusion I can give is,
Before you conclude, you also talk about your book where
Oh, yeah.
you can
Oh, yeah.
relate
Oh,
it.
so before I come to the conclusion, there's this book I wish to blame, Healing Parental and Childhood Trauma. So this book talks about issues that affect us from our childhood and also issues that affect us parental. You can find this book through me, 0976 49 36 Kiste. We'll be able to deliver to you. This book is a healing book. It will take you from conception to where you are, and you'll be able to identify few issues. So all the issues that I've been talking about, brokenness, broken families, broken home, is in this particular book where you find it. I'll not spoil the fun. You'll find the fun in this book on your own. My conclusion today on broken home, if we
Less
want
than
a
a
better
minute.
country, if we want a better church, if we want better leaders, let us go and fix our home. It is possible. And how can we do that? Let's go back to God. God is the only one who can teach us how to be loving husband, loving wives, good fathers, good mothers. When the family is taken good care of, everything falls in place. May our families and our homes be one of the agendas for 2023, and the world will become
Wow,
a better
wow,
place.
wow. Thank you so
Well
much,
spoken.
Paul. You've spoken everything, actually. Thank you so much. It's always a pleasure to have you on Ladies Cafe.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure as well for the invitation. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Well, viewers, we've come to the end of the show. I believe you've learned one or two things from this beautiful topic that we had, broken home. Personally, I've learned something, and let's go out and make a change. Let's fix our homes. From us, it's Journey with the Girls.
Welcome to Villa Emile, a place where your imagination comes to life. Enjoy our beautiful view of the green field and fresh air. Have a surf swim as you cool off from the heat in our beautiful and safe swimming pool. Relax and enjoy your own taste of music and favorite food and drinks in our executive bar and restaurant. Rest your mind and let us cover your events starting from venue, decor, hair system, photography, and a variety of delicious meals prepared by professional chefs. You can call us on 0974 665619 or follow us on Facebook at Villa Emil Events or come through to Villa Emil Events Hire in Makeni.
Are you looking for affordable, reliable, and professional water tank cleaning and disinfecting services, move in and out cleaning services, after construction cleaning services, domestic deep cleaning? Women's Heritage is here for you. Women Heritage also offers the following products for sale: windows and glass cleaner, thick bleach, fabric softener, towel cleaner, car shampoo, dishwasher, hand wash, hair food, baby powder, bar soaps, and liquid cobra. For bookings and orders, contact us on 0961 61 5407, 0961 61 5407. In Mazabuka, we are found at Nakambala Market. We are also in Kafue, Lusaka, Choma, and Monze. Email us, Women's Heritage Mount Pepos Co-op at gmail.com. Women's Heritage, we are here for you.